Hello. Welcome to Courtesy Flush. Tonight, me and Naresar are going to be playing a game of Sherlock Holmes. How you doing, Naresar?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. We'll be playing Sherlock Holmes and the case, the lost files of Sherlock Holmes in the case of the Rose Tattoo. If I remember correctly, we left off the game where essentially we were at the lawyer from the last game who helped us with the last case, and they were supposed to be giving us something. I don't recall. I think he was supposed to be giving us the. That's right. He was supposed to be giving us the directions to a suspect that we've been wanting to talk to, but the address is really hard to get a hold of. So that's what we were doing in here. All right, so let's go take a look at that. Watson is always armed. Da-da-da-da. Pick a location. Where are we gonna go, Nick?
Good question.
We never did get that address, did we?
He was being very not wanting to tell us. Oh, we have to figure out how we're getting into the back of the Weary Punt eventually.
What do you guys think? Where in the world is Sherlock Holmes and Watson? We're in London, I hope. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's definitely London. About as to where we're supposed to be going in London, I don't really know.
Ministry of Defense?
No, we haven't been to the Ministry of Defense lately.
You've had no word of Whitney?
No official word? No. The child's ill and I'm late for an appointment at my club. Now please leave.
Do we have anything to show him? I don't suppose he wants a golden toothpick, no? Perhaps a ring. Perhaps this green bottle of ether that we have. Hey, Tertius Varus, how's it going? Welcome aboard. We're currently just clicking through our inventory of things while the sound canvas back here is just pumping out music tunes from the game. Hey, Whacker, how's it going? Hello.
Yep. Doesn't appear.
Climb?
We'll get there in a second. Let's do the slightly more sane option first. Each shelf is divided into compartments which hold large manila packets. Each packet is bisected by a crimson horizontal stripe, on which is recorded its documentary contents and the date of filing. The information suggests that the found materials are collected by topic. None of the recorded dates are recent. So anyways.
So it's an archive. What are you... Nick! Get down from there!
Oh, alright.
From this vantage point, one can see that the windows are flush to the wall and there is a long sheer drop to the pavement. Undisturbed coal dust has settled around the locks. A dozen patron tries to hide the bald spot with a boot black. A dozing patron tries to hide a bald spot with a boot black. Ah.
If you take another step into the room, you'll be charged with criminal trespass and jailed.
Very well. We can't bother the men in there. I don't think...
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I guess off we go. We'll come back later.
We're doing okay, Kai. It's good to see you, buddy.
Okay, I had additional thoughts.
Oh.
This wasn't it first, but it was there, so we're gonna quick stop. Nope. Okay.
Not this place, huh?
Okay. Where I wanted to go was here.
Why?
Because I wanted to see... I can't remember if we did this last time or not. Nope, we can't offer it to anybody. I was wondering if, like, we could give the gold toothpick to somebody as payment, but... Okay. Well...
Well,
do you have any ideas beyond the plan C for me, which was brute force of just go everywhere until something happens?
well, I think that the other office, that's his flat, Diogenes.
Which other office are you thinking of? Newspaper?
He may be engaged. I haven't even announced you. Were you raised by wolves?
Good day, gentlemen. What a pleasant surprise. Help yourself to a sherry while I finish this brief. I won't be long.
Yeah, we're trying to find the location of Bledsoe. Can you, like, look at anything inside of his desk drawers, maybe? Nah, we already read that. What about on his desk? Is there anything on his desk that we can click on? The lamp. Farthington is invested in a modern desk lamp. This presumably means that he has abandoned the Rocco candelabra, which formerly provided a degraded sort of local illumination.
Oh, there's a calendar.
Oh. Well, that helps. I appreciate that, man. I'd do that for anybody. For a man who does very little work, Farthington's calendar is remarkably filled. Many of the appointments are luncheon dates. Earlier today, Farthington's penned an entry for PB Chat. Oh.
Asking you to keep your eyes to yourself is like asking a dog not to bark.
Indeed. Well, now he has some splaining to do.
Of course, we have to walk her all the way around the desk to do so, but, you know...
Holmes is a man of principle. He will not speak to a man on his right side of his desk.
I beg you to arrange a meeting with Bledsoe, Farthington. What makes you think I can do that? Because I have told you nearly nothing that you have not already heard from his own mouth. What neither of you may know is that my brother's injuries resulted from an attempt on his life by those responsible for stealing the document. You are a man of probity, Holmes, but you are an aggressive investigator. Can I secure your pledge that you will neither badger nor harass Bledsoe? I promise. Please, Farthington, the security of the nation may be at risk. No need to up the ante, Holmes. I take this as serious. If I can arrange a meeting, I'll send a wire to your digs. Still on Baker Street, are you? Naturally, at 221B. Fine. If my office holds no more interest for you, please see yourselves out.
hold on, I need another thing to say. I'll do my best.
I wonder if it was a different way of attempting that conversation.
Yeah. Well, now we just have to go home and see what happens. How's the kid doing? Nothing? Alright, well, we don't really need to hear from this kid. Maybe Wiggins has finally saw our shooter. Nah, he did not see the person we're looking for. Oh. It's very, well, it's very much our house. Maybe,
I didn't even notice anything in the background.
yeah.
I feel like we need to do something else first.
I think that based on the fact that we haven't received anything,
Oh well.
Return to the hunt, eh, Watson?
As you say, Holmes, return by all means.
well, we did all the, investigation stuff. And also I like that Watson's like, of course, I'm ready to go out into the cold. Yes. Oh, yes, we have to beat Jenkins at snooker. Or billiards. One of the two. There's a third option, I think, down below, because I think it goes down further.
Have you recalled anything more of interest, Jenkins?
Nothing material, Mr. Holmes. My nerves are in a ruinous condition.
Summon Lord Lawton, Jenkins.
He's not at home.
Enough of that at-home drivel.
Truly, Mr. Holmes. Took his small Gladstone bag. Is he in real trouble this time?
A man like Lawton carries trouble with him. It's like his rose tattoo, usually out of sight just below the surface, but always there.
Okay.
Wait, maybe
Interesting.
Jenkins has something else to say. Can we... Yeah, I was like, can we beat Jenkins with a table leg? Yeah, I don't think he's going to want to play pool with us if we do that.
Nope. Okay, nothing more. But I wonder if he's at...
Tax collector.
Oh, hey, Whit. How's it going? 20 months, man. Almost 2 years. Incredible. Welcome back. Nice, another courtesy flush stream. Did the scientist ever send anything? He said he would send us something in the mail. Nope, nothing here yet. Let's see if the barman has anything to say. Nope. How about Watson? Nope. Any other
Merde!
patrons? No. Bird? No. I don't think any of these people here want to talk to us, Nick. I just get the weird vibe that we're not welcome here.
Yeah, I think we're just dressed a little bit too well.
I believe you're correct on that. I believe we're very well dressed for the occasion, as all people should be. The least believable aspect of Sherlock Holmes for me has always been that he is never cornered, beaten, and thrown into the sea. Holmes is a pest and does not really have many allies, says Tertius Varus.
Yes and no. I think it varies by adaptation. Because there was recently some comments I was seeing about like the fact that Sherlock Holmes obviously has money because like his apartment 221B is described as having windows plural, which in Victorian London was like not a cheap place to have.
No, but yeah, he did get kind of lucked out that he not only has decent like view, but also he has Mrs. Hudson, who is his landlady, but also like perfectly fine giving them tea and mail and all that stuff.
Well, that's a whole about renting and what exactly those arrangements are, but just the fact that the place has windows means that he has money to be spending.
Well, his brother definitely has money to spend.
Well, and that was the whole thing of like, okay, where is he getting his money?
It's probably from
is it
Mycroft.
like Mycroft has given an allowance? Somebody was suggesting he did some sort of something for the Queen, and therefore she gave him a lot of money, and just will not comment on it because that would be like highly inappropriate.
Let's see.
One second.
Yeah, when is he going to give us that meeting with Bledsoe, man? Did we ever go to the jewelry store? Yeah, we found out that's how we found the lady. Well, no, we found. Did we find out anything from the jewelry store? Yeah, we did. We locked that guy in, so we definitely can't go back there.
Yeah, because we threatened.
Oh, he's still in there. Oh, excellent. Perhaps he would be more chatty now. It's hilarious that he is still in there and nobody cares.
Well, I think the guard might still be asleep.
Yeah, we already got a golden toothpick.
Oh, we can open it up and get him out.
If you really want to.
Fat lot of good you can do now. You might as well shout open sesame 40 times. Only the owner has the key.
Oh. So
Well,
he's just going to have to report you to the owner.
Basically.
Knowing Sherlock, I wouldn't be surprised if he did something for the Queen. Yeah, that's true. I guess he's just going to get comfortable back there.
I mean, at least it's, bars, so, like, he could, in theory, have, like, food, water, maybe a chamber pot passed to him.
Yeah, we already talked to the guy here at the bathhouse. Although we could probably go and see if they're still trapped back there. It just... What are you thinking, Nick?
I don't know. I'm just trying to force my way through this. Unless you have any better ideas.
I currently have none.
Okay.
Maybe we just go to the bathhouse now.
Well, that's where I am.
Oh, yeah, they're still here. Yeah, Eldridge Whitney. Did we talk to him already? Yeah, we got everything out of him. Yeah, you're just gonna leave him in there. You're like, not my problem. Man, we are right on the cusp of figuring this thing out. I'm certain of it. We're probably just missing something we didn't click on.
Almost certainly we're missing something incredibly obvious. Let's see something real quick. Because we did have something happen. We found out what's his face is out. So I don't know if that's enough of a trigger, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna come back here for 2 seconds while Holmes takes off one coat, puts on another coat on top of his already existing jacket. We're gonna wait 2 seconds to see if.
Yeah, what kind of weed are they smoking? That's a good point, but I don't know. I don't think they are. Hurling sticks? I don't know, Nick. This is a tough one. And Watson has nothing to say here, huh? Nothing new to add to the...
Okay.
Let's be off, Watson, while the scent is fresh.
I'm no tracking hound, Holmes, but I know how to hunt.
Now we just got to put our jackets on very carefully with absolute silence and nothing else.
It's been a second since we've othered. Who's it? Lestrade.
Augie, heard anything that might interest me?
Nothing, Mr. Holmes. You know I'd try to flog it if I did.
What do you know about the corpse just pulled from the Thames?
Oh, about half a crown's worth?
At that depressed price, I'll assume against all odds that your information is worth even less than usual.
Well, here's a free sample. The Yard thinks it's a strong-arm robbery gone wrong. Victim's watch and wallet are missing. The inquest is scheduled Thursday next.
As I suspected, such information is nearly worthless.
Yes. That's something we've definitely figured out. Augie needs to step aside.
Which is more bother, Lestrade being in or being out? It's a fair question. Seems I'm the only one round here working all hours. Go in if you like.
Lestrade's like, oh God, he's coming over. It just go away. Oh.
Is there anything here to detain us further, Watson?
I don't think so, Holmes. But you often extract valuable nuggets from what I have deemed a tapped-out vein.
That is true. We do tap those nuggets out.
You understand we need to be more circumspect than usual, Watson.
You've always kept your own counsel while sharing an investigation.
True, but I've generally told Lestrade what I thought he needed to know about a given inquiry. Presently, I'm not certain what that might be. It's obvious Mycroft did not want official involvement in this matter.
Then keep a close watch on your emotions, and I'll keep my tongue between my teeth.
I think there was another option on Watson. I saw the bar. Yeah.
Oh.
Does the inspector require any more information in your judgment?
I think he has quite enough to occupy his attention.
I think that was the game's hint. To be like, yeah, you're good.
Double check real quick here, everybody. Nope. Okay.
Might be something where we have to go to a different part of the city. Oh, I see you're 1 2 day late for that scene. Nah. Yeah, we could talk to this lady. She seems pretty stable. She painted all these statues and stuff.
Okay.
Maybe Watson might have something to say about the situation.
Watson, please give me your sense of Lady Fanshawe.
She is what I believe the Americans call dizzy.
Well said, whatever it means.
It means confused, flighty, and credulous in the extreme.
That suggests a line of attack.
Ooh, maybe now Watson or Holmes has something to say.
Lady Fanshawe, I must speak with Pettigrew to make delivery arrangements.
You are from that art gallery. I knew it. Oh, I so love a surprise.
This will be a rather large one.
What is it? What is it? Oh, Avery, such a dear. I won't tell him you told.
I mustn't, Lady Fanshawe. I've said too much already. The sooner I speak to Pettigrew, the sooner I can deliver.
Pettigrew, come this instant. Au revoir, gentlemen. I won't say goodbye. Pettigrew!
Oh, she's leaving. Oh, wow, look at this guy. He is ready.
Do you remember us, Pettigrew?
Try as I might to forget, Mr. Holmes, I do.
Your manners were perhaps lost in the effort. Never mind. Let's avoid a bad start. Is Sir Avery available?
No. Lucky man is rarely about when Lady Fanshawe is, and she's always here.
He seems very unhappy with that situation.
Is Lady Fanshawe likely to know Sir Avery's whereabouts?
Milady knows very little about anything. In between bouts of redecorating, she entertains the beau monde and makes unreasonable demands on the staff.
But perhaps she pays well?
In truth, she is mean and bloody-minded, and I'm this close to giving notice. Was there something you wanted beyond below stairs, gossip?
That's completely fair.
Where does Sir Avery spend his time? Away from the ministry?
I don't know. If that's all, you may leave a card if you wish.
My business is urgent, Pettigrew. One of his colleagues has died horribly.
Death seems to follow you about, Mr. Holmes. A combination of occupational hazard and bad luck, I imagine.
Have your joke, Pettigrew. I'm not the one wearing the clown suit. Please don't allow personal enmity to color your judgment. I need your help.
Helping you, Mr. Holmes, rarely helps me. Have you noticed?
I purposefully kept your name from the Brumwell debacle. I don't say you were an accomplice, but Lestrade believed you had guilty knowledge of your employer's scheme. Do not repay me with animosity. You owe me none.
The sting of Lord Brumwell's demise is still fresh, I apologize. When Sir Avery is not at what he calls his work, He can usually be found snoozing at the Diogenes Club or feeding the birds in St. James Park.
Oh, we
there's a
walked
little bit of-
right by him and we didn't even know. That was the guy on the bench
Sir
feeding
Avery
the
is very
birds.
old to be out alone. Is his attendant called Hodgkins?
Hodgkins is Sir Avery's body servant. Very intimidating party, very dear to the old gentleman. And the feeling is mutual.
Of course. I recall him now. The scourge of the Crimea.
The same. Still wears his campaign badges and hat. Honours and protects them like his patron. Recently disassembled a man in the Aldersgate Underground for having the temerity to ask Sir Avery the time of day.
A cautionary tale, thank you.
Oh no, we're gonna have to walk past the giant, bouncer. Well, Nick, save your game, because that was a pretty good lead. That was the most we've gotten, well, thus far. Yeah, he was at St. James Park. Remember, maybe I just misremember it, but I thought I saw someone feeding ducks. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is one of those. Oh, here.
Have you spoken with Sir Avery Fanshawe recently?
Oh, not in 20 years. He's across the way now at his usual spot. Old fool thinks I ridiculed him. I told him his mixture was too rich for songbirds. Took it as a personal affront. He attracts only pigeons and blames me for it.
There's no reasoning with a man whose passion is thwarted.
Is that the voice of sadder but wiser experience, Watson? Never mind. You're spot on, and it gives me an idea. Let's feed the birds.
But where is he, Nick? I returneth, and we're here to feed the birds. What are you saying his beard is fake? That's not a fake beard. That's his 100% real beard. Oh man, the compression. That is... I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. That compression's a bit heavy. Yeah, here we go.
Your efforts are angering the old boy.
Good.
What civil servant or city man wouldn't prefer these surroundings to his office?
None with a modicum of sense and the intelligence to use it.
Oh, that's probably because I haven't said anything in a hot second. I don't know. I just kind of focus and start doing stuff, so I don't know. Anyways, profusion of waterfowl and lily pads nearly conceal the fact that this body of water is virtually stagnant.
Yeah, actually, no, it wasn't that. It was your mom in the background was getting picked up, so the raptor was moving its mouth. See, it was doing it right there.
Tax collector.
Oh, Wraith Darkstar.
He nominates the details of the bench's donation. Sir Avery's bench commemorates his brother who served in Crimea.
Oh. Oh, hey, Wraith. Oh, man, 24 months. But you've been doing this for almost 3 years, man. This is wild.
Might I have a word with Sir Avery?
If you're tired of this life, you can try. Be a good lad and push off.
I'll only take a moment.
If you don't want it to be your last, don't linger. Move on now.
Okay, well, we'll do what we can, I guess.
Feed more birds? Can we feed more birds? No. Can't feed more birds.
As advertised, Hodgkins is a menacing brute, and Sir Avery was oblivious.
I hope recent demands have not exhausted your imagination and left us bereft of the means for dealing with him short of force.
Efforts to overpower him would be futile, Watson, but I'm not prepared for failure. I need to capture Sir Avery's interest another way.
Make sure you examine them, too, because sometimes he sees stuff on people. Oh, he's gonna walk up and examine him up close? Alright. Awfully brave. The resolute and dangerous aspect of this robust veteran do not dissemble. His devotion to the master is legendary. More than one man has learned that to disturb Sir Avery's privacy is an invitation to physical abuse. I see. Fanshawe promoted a minor holding in his armaments business to a major fortune, conferred a Knight of the Garter for services to a grateful nation. He received a posting at the FO in 1862.
I think FO is probably Foreign Office.
Yeah. No one has ever had the face to tell the now eccentric, nearly deaf magnate that the appointment was temporary. He's got like a little Mr. Magoo thing going on.
What else is over here? Water? Bench? Avery? Because we fed the birds once.
Yeah. Is there a duck on the lake? Yeah, that's a duck out there. But it can't do anything with it. It's a good one though, Quinless. That's a good idea. Maybe we go talk to the guy on the left. Maybe he has something he could give us a hint for. The guy back at the other side of the park. No. Bertie sells bird food and inedible confections from his portable table. In the tranquil park, no one complains about the inflated prices. Ooh, Fred. Bertie purveys 3 grades of food: stale bread, crumbs, stale breadcrumbs, shucked corn, and luxurious mix of nuts, seeds, and suet. Bertie's clever familiar is an Indian macaque. The simian's winning disposition and adorable features invite the unwary to ignore his dexterity. The lost items desk at the local precinct is filled with objects that his nimble fingers have prized from the unsuspecting. Oh. Maybe you can ask to buy some.
No, we have the top grade.
We have the top grade.
Seed is luxurious mix of nuts, seeds, and suet.
Maybe we need to pay him for the. See if he'll sell you one.
Could you play a lilting waltz for me, Bertie?
With pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
What?
Okay, that was weird.
Interesting. You can make him play a different song. Oh, you're gonna scare the birds now?
Oh no.
Do that again, and I'll have you up on charges before the RSPCA. And then I'll have you shot. Cruelty to animals, insupportable.
Oh, wait. Well, that... That certainly got his attention. waltz here in the park. Bertie and Fred, the sticky-fingered A. Yeah, what's Watson got to say?
They make an unusual pair, do they not, Watson?
If the Queen's retainers are as vigilant as Mr. Hodgkins, she is well served. A poet could describe their relationship better than a policeman.
You recognize something in yourself, Doctor. Devotion to a chosen duty.
Thank you, Holmes.
What about, well, maybe, yeah, see if he has something he could say. Hey, Thorax.
Your dedication to Sir Avery does you credit, but I have official business to discuss.
He keeps getting up.
I'll say this once, slowly. Leave now, and nobody gets hurt. Stay, and you're for the water or worse.
Well, that was their answer. Does Watson have anything to say about that encounter? Hello.
I believe Hodgkins has the wherewithal to deliver on his threats.
Agreed. And I have no desire to test a contrary hypothesis. You'll have to fabricate a more subtle approach to Sir Avery.
Perhaps I can distract Hodgkins by dividing his devotion in disparate directions.
Sometimes your speech is perfectly opaque, Holmes. I hope your thought is less murky.
Remember what Pettigrew said about the campaign cap? With assistance from more nimble fingers, I might borrow it.
Oh no, you're gonna use the monkey, the macaque?
Could you play a rousing...
Nothing simpler, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, he's gonna play a march now.
Does Fred take instruction, Birdie?
If you mean will he do on command what he does by nature, the answer is sometimes.
I need to talk to Sir Avery. Might Fred create a diversion to occupy Hodgkins?
Not a problem.
Brilliant. I'm told the old warhorse is very fond of his campaign cap. Might Fred lift it and take him on a romp through the park?
What?
Seems cruel.
That seems a little messed up, but, you know.
Perfect. But he's only part of your problem. His absence is no guarantee that Fanshawe will talk. He's attuned to birds, not people.
Well, we can fix that problem, can't we?
Yes.
That's an easy problem to fix. We do have bird seed. They did. They got a little F&V macaque and everything. All right, now just feed the birds. Sherlock Holmes, Beastmaster.
Sir Avery, my name is Holmes. My brother is Mycroft.
Your family connections do not interest me, young man. How are you drawing those lovely birds? What are you feeding them?
My personal mixture.
Probably infused with some irresistible avian narcotic. Where might a fellow get some?
He wants some bird drugs. He's like...
I mean, can we just give him the bag?
Yeah, it's a bird crack. Yeah, exactly. It's like Holmes. Oh. Yeah, both of those are good.
Mycroft was injured in the incident that leveled the Diogenes Club.
You're Holmes' brother, are you? Why didn't you say so? Heard you'll
He did say
recover.
so.
Explosions are damned nuisance. Where's a fella supposed to get his grub?
He wanted to get it from the club.
Well, that's where
It's an old-timey Ricky.
The saying was that, you know, if he wasn't at the office, he was either at the Diogenes Club, which has been kind of blown up.
Yeah.
or at the park.
I have some questions about the termination of the investigation into the stolen formula.
Blasted committee hearings, insufferably boring. Stolen formula, my Aunt Benny. Things disappear from that room all the time and reappear. Even if it was stolen, who cares? Talk of technical advantages, militarist nonsense. I've learned that much in my life. People don't matter. Committee's useless. I'm an old man. I don't have unlimited time. Cuts into my park visits.
Is that why you voted to terminate the investigation?
And what if it was? These birds depend on me, and me on them, I suppose. I've seen these special hearings come to nothing 100 times.
You could be wrong this once?
I like how he's just like, yeah, I wasn't trying to do it for nefarious reasons. I just wanted to feed the birds. I hate being in there. It's boring. This man is definitely relatable.
Do you recall who initiated the demand to terminate the investigation?
Silverbridge, I think, or Lawton. I just joined the pro group and saw no evidence for theft. Holmes' nose was out of joint over the decision, very upset. I'd stunned him to a large brandy at the club, smooth things over. If there was a club.
Would it surprise you to learn that Thomas Pratt has been murdered?
Among the defects of old age is that one loses the capacity to be surprised. Do you know why he was killed?
I believe he was materially involved in the formula's disappearance.
Really? You could be right, I suppose. Might have taken it. I'm sorry for him. It was a closed book. Sort of a chap with secrets. He lost his family young, lost his friends later, and now he's lost his life. And for what? Perhaps I've lived too long, Mr. Holmes. The world has grown strange and hard and passed me by.
Again, very relatable. Yeah, what voice acting? Indeed. Hey, Marco.
Sir Avery, where might I find the reading room char, Mrs. Ratchet?
Why bother her?
Just tying up some loose ends.
Wonderful woman, reliable, pleasant, been in the ministry forever. A little pink, I'm told, as if that mattered. She lives just east of Spitalfields Market. Don't know the address, appalling place. Hodgkins and I saw her home one night. Most distressing. If you find her, she's likely to be closed-mouthed. You might use my name.
Hey, how's it going, Tony? We finally got this crotchety old man to tell us something.
I wish Mycroft had annotated his summary. I don't believe Fanshawe is involved.
That's a guess, surely. Mycroft suspected all committee members.
No, I don't believe he ever thought all members were materially involved. He implied they must all be suspects until they could be eliminated from suspicion. By observation, I have eliminated Fanshawe. He has mostly retreated to a world of his own devising, and is incurious about any other. It is not an unattractive world.
Remember your Plato. Socrates says the unexamined life is not worth living.
Plato was a younger, less experienced man than Sir Avery, as was Socrates for that matter, and neither of them knew Lady Fanshawe.
Elegantly said.
Okay.
That was really well said, actually. Yeah, he does have the good of it. I agree. Everyone here can agree that that man is definitely living the best life he can in, what was it, $99.
We figured out a date. And I forget what it was now.
Yeah.
Because we saw somewhere had a... Oh, Victoria has been reigning for this many years, and then from there it's Wikipedia plus cert edition. But
But now we just gotta find this lady.
Ooh.
Spitalfield. What are you trying to do, Nick? Oh, I see it over there on the right. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can help.
Yeah, why don't you do this? Because...
Yeah, we're trying to move it. So if we move it too fast, or if we get too close to it, it moves the screen too quickly, and Nick can't click on it. There we go. From Houndstitch to Hansbury Street, the Whitechapel to Bethnal Green, one may witness every manner of wretchedness. Spitalfields is the most notorious spawning ground for loathsome diseases and infamous events in the civilized world.
Okay. We got some drunkens.
What's that say? Yeah, you read this.
Oh, we can look at them and talk to them. One poor soul, the worse for gin, sprawls nearly senseless on the pavement. The other's vacant eyes and posture suggest a permanent condition.
I'm looking for a family named Ratchet. Do you know them?
Course I do. They keep Sir Palace up west. Now, what about a drink? Then what gives ought to receive, eh?
I think you've had quite enough. You can barely stand.
Prove I ain't had near enough. Build me up.
Give him the ether, Nick. Give him the ether. He'll never know what hit him.
Unfortunately, I can't.
You're like, oh, you're
I
still on your
would.
feet? Here, drink from this green bottle I carry around.
Dreams die behind the doors of this hotel, which also deals malignant gin. For 2 pence, an inebriated customer can sleep on a...
Pestiferous.
Yeah, however you pronounce that word, cot, which I'm assuming
Pestiferous.
means infested,
Yeah.
infested with.
Yeah.
Oh, it even says warmed by his neighbor's breath and a lice-infested blanket. So yeah, that's
That sounds like a lot of not fun.
place. Sturdy gates festooned with handbills and an enormous padlock announce that this shop has been closed for months, if not years. Sounds like Midway Mall.
Oh man, that every time I drive by that place, man, I always go like it's under construction forever. It feels like I don't know, like one of those like weird escape room, like you know, the back rooms kind of thing. It reminds me of something like that uneasy feeling, because the parking lot's just endless.
Yeah. A machine-lettered sign. Ooh, machine-lettered even.
Hello.
The premises of a phrenologist. Several spelling errors and the sign's subtitle do not engender the confidence in the specialist's alleged art. Phrenologist, by the way, is somebody who thinks the shape of your head says things about your personality.
Phrenology.
It's pseudoscience at best.
Ding, you can carbon date these.
The most wretched of London's underclass are abandoned children. They survive as flower sellers, mudlarks, street sweepers, offs, handlers, prostitutes, and beggars. Mere existence is a cruel struggle.
Children.
Do you know where the Ratchet family lives?
I might do, but nothing's for free in this life cup. Leastwise not here.
Oh, this kid. All right. Hey, you're killing me, kid. You're killing me. Just gonna throw money at him from that far away. He had to back up.
The Ratchet's address. What is it?
I can't say.
Can't or won't?
Makes no difference to it. Try the grinder. Time for the sixpence.
It's been an education.
Okay.
Well, we can go in here.
Yeah, you want to go
It's
inside the
just
phrenologist's studio? Yeah.
I help you, no?
Can you direct me to a family named Ratchet?
Avec much pleasure. I measure cranium you und I analyze machen. One English bob. Remove chapeau, bitte.
You misunderstand me, sir. I'm looking for an address.
Der Kopf ist très interessant.
I'm pleased you think so, but what about the Ratchets?
Ich no, je don't, I, m'excuse, no good speak.
What in blazes is he on about, Holmes?
He thinks my head is interesting. I believe he'd like to examine it.
He's not alone.
really that low below it there, Watson.
Any trenchant observations concerning the so-called sciences?
Your deprecatory tone says you have some of your own.
You mistake me, Watson. I support such studies. My current opinion is that they have value, but that they often claim too much for themselves. The road is filled with obstacles, Watson. Your assessment?
The professor has a few phrases for his work, but he speaks no languages fluently. How can he remain in business?
How indeed? Either he's having us on, or someone translates for him.
Ah. Enter the femme fatale. Well, honestly, the music just kicked in, so that's... Wow. You gonna talk to her, Nick?
Yes, sorry. I'm
Well,
getting
look at her
this
first.
Notification.
Gotta always look at people. The erstwhile palmist and paramour of the late Robert Hunt has happened on a new line of business, and she's still glassy-eyed, though whether this is due to gin or her somewhat excitable and unbalanced nature is unclear. Ah.
One second. All of a sudden I was getting beeps in my background because of Discord notifications. Like, okay, let's ignore that for a second. But anyways,
Hello. It's Rose Hincham, isn't it?
It is, Mr. Holmes. You won't get much from the professor unless you speak Hungarian.
I heard French, German, and Italian as well. How do you deal with him?
Me mum was from Budapest. But even with the language, it's a struggle. After rambling all over Europe, he's lost most of his native tongue, or mixed it with others.
wait, their brains?
Phrenology has a basis. A large enough flat spot on your skull will result in an intellectual difficulty. This has been a medical fact from Psyduck, the Psyduck. Yeah, do you want to read that?
The brains of some notorious lunatics ferment in formaldehyde under glass. Irrespective of his misguided intention, the effects is macabre. Among others, Topman displays... Oops.
Time to examine the brains.
Topman displays the brain of Alice Hicks, the ex-murderess of somewhere.
So you found on some skulls. Yes, we must measure the skulls and look at them. Make sure we're always looking at stuff.
This skull contained a brain no larger than a chimpanzee's.
Actually, your skull is quite a bit like it. Size doesn't signify, you know.
Ah. Oh.
In 1810, Franz Gall systematized the study of skull shapes. He believed a specialist could infer precise character traits and faculties from a subject's hat size. Through neurology, though neurology and anthropology have refuted the theory and consider its use a form of quackery, his notion was not completely idiotic. Okay, so back to talking to her.
This is a legitimate business, I trust.
Absolutely, Mr. Holmes. Not many clients yet, but new methods always meet prejudice, as you must know.
I wouldn't have thought there was much call for the professor's specialities here.
People like talking to any man of science. They're as rare as an honest copper east of St. Paul's.
Tell me about your new work. Are these exciting disciplines, Rose?
Better than prognosticating by palms, Mr. Holmes. And I'm apt, since I quit gin. The professor thinks I've got a gift.
It must be occasionally tempting to promise more than you can deliver.
I'm no quack, nor shill neither. I observe. I tell people what I see. It's not exactly what you do, but I bet you had your doubters once.
I take your point. Perhaps you'll forgive my misgivings.
Your privilege, Mr. Holmes. You've got as much right as anybody to be wrong.
That's fair.
We're looking for the Ratchet family. No one seems able or willing to help us.
People here's closed-mouthed. Information is power, and currency too, when you're poor.
And even when you're not, I've offered to purchase the address, but to no avail.
Not surprised. Very suspicious lot. Don't take to outsiders. Be hard as you are to get the truth. Or you might try the grocer across the way. Even the Ratchets have to eat.
It's a good thought.
Ah, that's a good point.
Your kindness is much appreciated, Rose. I won't forget it.
I'll be years returning the favour, Mr. Holmes. You kept me out of that Brumwell business, and I'll always be that grateful.
Yeah, that was the lady who was doing the palm readings across the street from the bar. That we only found out we can go into, like, way late into the game from the last game.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, because we were talking like she was familiar, and it wasn't until she was talking about doing readings or whatever that
Yeah.
it occurred to me about what exit?
Exit?
The entrance?
That must be.
Okay. Grocer.
Penny for the guy, Gov. Threatens be better. Got any errands need running? Boots need blackening, anything? I'm the one.
Ah. Green grocers.
Oh, this is an interesting setup.
Yeah, this guy's over here sharpening his blade. The tinker is attached a special chain to a sprocket affixed to the grinding wheel. The old man pedals to drive the wheel, which he uses to sharpen knives and repair pots. Apologies, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, it's fine.
Maybe the ladies of the evening will know. You want to have a Hadrosaur as a pet, Kai? Well, good luck. I hope you can get one.
I mean, dinosaurs to have it with a pet. On one hand, it's not the worst idea.
No.
Some of them are of reasonable size. On the other hand, some of them are not of reasonable size.
Yeah, some of them
And even
require...
the ones that are of reasonable size, you're still talking about something the size of a, cow or something.
Yeah, it's like having like a crane walking around sometimes, like one of those cherry
Looking
pickers.
for something a bit different, love? I know you're tight, naughty boy. I know what you're after. Walk on the wild side, am I right? Course I am.
No.
I'm looking for a woman named Agnes Ratchet. Can you help me?
Forget her, Ducky. Why not leave your friend and come round the corner?
I'm sure that would be interesting. But I'm here on business, not pleasure.
You what? Think I'm here for me help? Get on with ya.
Yeah, I think you're not going to find any help until you...
Yeah, I think going into the grocer. Anyways, hadrosaurs aren't the big long necks. They're the, like, duckbills.
Yeah.
You can't parallel park an ankylosaurus. You know what? You might actually be able to parallel park an ankylosaurus.
I mean, you could parallel park any vehicle so long as you don't mind damaging the other vehicles in the process.
And I mean, it's an ankylosaurus, so what exactly are you going to do to it?
Exactly.
You might do something to surrounding cars with a, club tail and all that, but...
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of pain.
Mrs. Ratchet lives hereabouts. I'm told you might know where, do you?
What's your business with her?
I assure you I mean her no harm.
So coppers always say. Next thing you know, they're sending home the boat in a cosy cell with Pintonville.
I'm not with the police. Mrs. Ratchet works at my brother's office.
Filched a few bob from the tea trolley, did she? Capital crime. Leave off.
Everyone doesn't want us to help us. Everyone's so... There's a mouse.
It can't have been long since you pushed your cart through the streets. You appear to be in fine condition.
This here's a grocery, mate. Push off if you're not buying.
Yeah, there's a mouse inside that barrel of apples there. There you go.
These attendants' staples fill the shop. Sprouting vegetables, jars of drippings, pickled pork, recycled tea leaves, rotting fowl, and sacks of moldy flour. Can of bully beef are suspicious. They may be military rations. There's a...
I'm looking for a Mrs. Ratchet. Can you help me?
His truncheon talks for him. You got business here? Talk to me.
Damn. All right. Don't forget to look at him, too.
Though retired from the raw world of transient costermongers, the man's thickly muscled arms label him as an erstwhile barrow boy. He cleaned his nails with a menacing carpet knife and divides the world into friends and dupes. Okay, well...
What have the police done to deserve your animosity?
Probably
I
lots.
think being poor's a crime. Prove you're guilty of something.
They have a more discriminating sense of justice, surely.
You wasn't here when they tramped over this patch looking for the Ripper. Didn't give a care who they stepped on and for what. Big show. Came to naught. Everybody knows one of the quality done them girls.
As I said, I'm not with the police.
You might as well be. You're not from here, not one of us. Now off with you. You're not worth a charge of GBH. Best quit the neighbourhood.
GBH. Grand something? I don't know.
So many things to say to this man.
This is a confidential inquiry. I'm not an official agent. Won't you tell me what you know?
I know nothing except that thems that grass get mowed down and thems that snoop, strangers I know, fare no better.
He seems like he doesn't trust us, Nick.
How did you come by these army rations?
You writing a book?
Just curious.
Serious affliction down here. You heard about the cat what suffered from it?
Ah, the Grand Banana House. Ah, gotcha.
Shop's valuable merchandise, coffee, spices, patent nostrums, chocolates, and the like, is shelved behind the counter. The security guard may not be vigilant as he might be. We got a door. Goes to the rest of the house. Red iron door may lead to a storeroom, or perhaps the grocer keeps a cat upstairs. The miserable sounds of the building filter into the shop.
I'm looking for a woman named Agnes Ratchet. Do you know her?
This is a grocery, mate. Push off if you're not buying.
Okay.
Are we paying? Are we going to give this man? We might want to save it too. Do you want to give this man some money?
Yeah, I can quick save.
Just in case we get into some trouble. Hey, what's that on his desk? I saw you hover over it.
Proprietor may keep a diary of or practice his penmanship in the book, but he most likely records sales in it. Given his clientele, it would not be surprising if most of them did their business on tech.
Oh, well, see if you can you, like, look at it?
Yeah, in a second. Balanced scale of dubious accuracy, an iron cash box, and a dog-eared 2-penny copybook repose on the makeshift counter.
Try that again and you'll lose a finger, maybe two.
Okay, fine.
First of all,
yeah,
can't
just
give money.
Oh yeah, that mouse is totally taking that. You know what, Nick? Maybe Watson has an idea.
Ooh, good point. Watson.
Help
bright
us.
ideas.
An astonishing profusion of odours, Watson. Can you distinguish them?
Odours? Your proboscis or your vocabulary have failed you, Holmes. Perfume has an odour. Your laboratory sometimes creates odours. This rank stench equals that of an abattoir.
Yes. Indeed.
I don't know what that is, but
Indeed, very much, Watson. I agree.
I'd lay odds the proprietor knows her, Watson. Perhaps he shops here.
Poor woman. As if living in the neighbourhood weren't a surfeit of misfortune. But even if you're right, I don't see how it helps.
Too true, Doctor. If he doesn't want to tell us what he knows, we can't apply thumbscrews.
Well, you can. It's just not exactly legal or perhaps...
safe.
Safe in this particular situation.
Yeah, but... Well, hey, look, that guy has some well-stocked cabbages, I have to say.
He's so aggressively unhelpful. I wonder if he has a personal interest.
This wouldn't be the first time your wandering has put us at risk. Perhaps we should leave, discretion being the better part of valour.
It might have been a better part of success here. Being forthright got us nowhere. Discretion, dissimulation even, could hardly have been less productive, but I'm reluctant to go back west without something to show for our trouble.
Let's just make sure we don't have broken bones to show.
Abattoir means slaughterhouse. Thanks, Iron Phoenix 617.
Ironically, I was just looking that up at this very second. I was about to comment, oh, by the way. So good on you, Iron Phoenix, for being on top of that.
Might you occupy the proprietor's attention? I want to look inside that copybook.
I can't think of anything to turn his head that won't place our lives at risk. He's only interested in commercial transactions.
Good idea, Watson. At my signal, distract the guard.
I shouldn't like to get too close to him. He might get ideas.
You're strapped.
That would be novel for him. Dangerous, even.
You're strapped, Watson. Don't worry. You're also bigger than everyone for some reason.
I'd like some marmalade from the top shelf.
Cash customers is welcome. Cost you £2 bob.
I want a jar, not your whole stock.
Wherever you bought that joke, demand a refund.
Humour is free.
Not when it's at my expense. All sales is final.
Go for it, Nick.
Nice bit of weather we're having this time of year, don't you think?
The book is a primitive accounting system. Names of persons are inscribed besides the paltry amounts they owe to the grocer. Agnes Ratchet appears to be deeply indebted to the proprietor. Ah. Very good, Nick. Now you have a jar of marmalade. And Steele asks you to ask the mouse. Now maybe he'll be more...
I know Mrs. Ratchet is a customer in this shop. Where does she live?
I could care less what you know. If you're not buying groceries, you've got no business here.
Well, now you know. So you could just leave. I think we got what we wanted.
Yeah. Unless we want to try to get into the back room, but
It seems pointless.
Ill-advised is another word I was going to use. Nope, nothing that way.
Well, no, we didn't get her address. We just got her that she's a shopper here.
A labyrinth lane veers off the main road. The whole scene is populated with lamentable characters. Okay, so that's going to the city. We don't want to go to the city. We can look at the sewer, I guess? The polluted water of this fetid and noisome open sewer carries virulent diseases. Cholera and typhoid fever are at times endemic to the East End.
Ah. Maybe we got a message. I'm at like I have no idea because we haven't seen. Maybe we did get her address and it's on the map.
I'm going to commit bad ideas.
Round here we treat trespassers worse than rats.
Why is that?
Rats go where they're not wanted by nature. Humans by choice. They both end up the same way. But humans get punished for choosing to do wrong.
Okay. You didn't have to.
That is a extremely ill-advised idea, as suspected.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's one place we need to go into.
I guess we'll enter into the hotel.
Yes.
Oh.
Get on with you. Soul-saving gates make me sick as a belly full of bad rum. Couple of prigs. Move on for a wreck, ya. Don't need preaching from your likes.
Okay. That was a no, Nick.
Yes, that was most assuredly a no. So yeah, it's not a separate...
Well, let's keep looking around. Well, maybe we can go and see if somebody had left a message for us now. Maybe we've done all the things we can do because we've got like 6 messages or so like on the income. You know, we're supposed to be getting something. Everyone's supposed to be like, we'll get back to you.
I'll go there in 1 second. I'm just gonna double check. Make sure we haven't missed anything.
Yeah, Paddington will know what to do if you use the marmalade. No, the only other person who would know anything about the streets would be Wiggins.
Yeah, we'll see.
That I can think of. Oh, that just leaked out. I want that letter, man. That's all. Oh, what's this?
I want you to find a Mrs. Ratchet. Older party, lives off Bishopsgate, near the Spitalfields markets.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. You been out east?
For all the good it did me, I'm suspected and despised there.
Can I take the Metropolitan?
Take the inner circle to Liverpool Street, and pay particular attention to a grocery on Frying Pan Lane.
Yeah, that's right, Wiggins. Get your ass in gear. What are we paying you for? Yeah, we're just gonna leave little rich kid Virgil Silverbridge out here. He'll be fine. I like how Watson's already in here just writing his book. And every time Holmes comes home, the robe is always on. Always. All right, well, no letters? Come on. How long does it take to do science? Come on. We want to have the results from our lab tests. We're detectives. Right? I thought that's what we were. Yes, the wax cylinder that you have. Excellent.
Oops, I forgot to crank the gramophone.
Well, that's nice. Well, maybe I don't know, man. This has been we've made like very like tiny little bits of progress.
It's like coming in like fits and
Come along,
starts.
Watson.
Like
The game's afoot.
Quite so, Holmes.
I disagree.
like we'll finally get to something and have a brief spurt of like new information, and then it's gone.
Yeah, the guitar is fun. What it does is it allows me to play wherever. Maybe if you leave and come back, Wiggins will already be but like, I found her! Like we trigger it somehow. Oh yeah, maybe we could finally play snooker or billiards.
Nope.
It is a Korg actually. It's got wood on it. Well, it's mostly wood. An RK100S2.
Nope, and nothing new here. Oh, here we go.
Oh, that was quick. Yeah, RK. This is the S2.
Wiggins, what news of Mrs. Ratchet? Did Frying Pan Lane pay off?
You've got the nose, Mr. Holmes. Greengrocer's her son. She lives over the shop with her old man. He drinks.
I'm not surprised. I should return straight away.
No offence, Gov, but in Spitalfields, you're as welcome as rats in the pram. It's odd times there. Folks don't take to having the lot picked over by strangers. They get shirty, and they get mean.
Thank you, Wiggins. A solo trip incognito is called for. I've got the means upstairs.
Ah, time to put on a costume. It's actually pretty nice. I've been saving up for this thing for a long while now, and I just finally got it when it was on sale, right around my birthday actually. So it was a lucky day. Disguise time.
Yep. There was even the option, laborer's costume.
Young Ratchet's a sharpie, but he won't penetrate this disguise.
That was fast. Wow, you do look different. You even have a mustache. Maybe number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's our
Hello,
main thing.
comrade. Might I pop up to see your mum?
Your business?
She's holding some pamphlets for me. Got to circulate the word.
All right, don't mess about.
Well, that was easy.
Why we're here?
How did you come by these army rations?
You heard about the cat what suffered from curiosity.
Beg your pardon, comrade.
Yeah, don't worry. We're a total working class.
Don't dally, you ain't moving in, and don't roil my pie.
All right, save game, Nick.
Fair.
You are now in danger.
I think Pa has quite roiled himself. The ministry char. Oh, that's looking at her. Ministry char is thin and raw boned. Intelligent gray eyes animate an otherwise rigidly careworn expression. Despite the ragged walls and lack of creature comforts, her labor has made this abode a home. Ratchet may have once had work. Now, for whatever reason, he is a disconsolate, unhealthy, and rheumy-eyed drunk. He sits at the center of this small ruin of domesticity in an intoxicated state, conversing with imaginary beings. Yeah, let's not talk to him.
My brother has been incapacitated, Mrs. Ratchet. You may speak to me as you would to him.
The real Mr. Holmes wouldn't sneak up here like a rat catcher. A closed door's no obstacle to a person like you, is it?
I wish to speak about the document that went missing from the ministry.
I stole nothing. I'll say nothing more about that formula. Are you trying to trick me into breaking my oath?
That's right, dearie. Answer no questions, tell no lies, eh? This bloke stand me to a dram, huh?
Be silent, Aloysius. I know my rights and my duty. I have signed the Official Secrets Act. You're no authority, whatever your name is. You may leave.
That's right, mister. You can go rotate.
Okay. I don't believe we're done here.
Let's look around first. Room is illuminated by strategically placed dip candles. Cheap tapers are made of tallow. They smoke excessively and smell like sewed stockings. We got a cupboard. I take it we're just going to go through the cupboard. Okay. Double door deal cupboard has been affixed to the wall. Candles. Table. What's up at the table? A drugget cloth covers a deal table around which any society must take place. The room's centerpiece serves as a surface for dining, sewing, and study. We got somebody's bed, candles, painting. An oil painting rendered in an oddly familiar style is a unique concession to aesthetics. Its modern shapes and colorings are disconcerting. The painting blends into the room like a tarantula on a tea cake. Is that okay? Or coffee pot? Meager hearth fired by a single piece of coal is not equal to heating the kettle on the hob. It inadequately warms the room.
Yeah.
We've also got pictures. A pair of unframed photographs are neatly glued on pasteboard. The pictures show adolescent boys, nicely dressed, awkwardly posed with shy smiles on their faces. One of the boys is reminiscent of the Green Grocer. So it must be the boys when they were young. Workbox. Mrs. Ratchet's sewing box overflows with miscellaneous scraps of material.
Oh, cheese.
Cheese, it's good. A piece of aged Stilton adds its exceptional fragments to the aroma of boiled cabbage, sweat, and ale. Okay. Oh, and there's a clock.
And the
Sorry.
so this is a Russian timepiece. It's set to Russian time. Interesting.
I'm thinking it just means that it's not set correctly because, like, this is an era before phones. So why would you care what time it is in the Russian steppes?
Yeah.
When did you last clean the room from which the formula disappeared?
If the real Mr. Holmes sent you, you'd know. May as well get on your bike. You'll get nothing more from me. I don't talk to strangers about my work.
Sir Avery thought his name might secure your cooperation.
He's a gentleman, not a lying sneak about like some. You've not come from Sir Avery or Mr. Holmes. Are you a policeman or just a lunatic?
Yeah, don't you have like... Oh, you can show her the ring. There you go.
Anyone with the means can have a card made up. It proves nothing. Very impersonal.
Okay.
Yeah, your brother's ring.
I've noticed Mr. Holmes' ring. He must be fond of dogs. You took it from his finger?
Borrowed it, Mrs. Ratchet. It proves my bona fides.
It proves you have his ring. Nothing more.
Bring it in the seas, bring it in the seas. We'll all come. Bring it in the seas. Oh, ha, ha. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yeah, with a bottle of rum.
Well, that was one part. Perhaps you might have some other things?
Hmm.
No, I don't think she wants marmalade. You're like, here, would you like some ether? And she's like, oh, thank you. And she just falls asleep.
I was thinking, like, offer it to Mr. Ratchet. And get him to, we'll say, shut up. Let's...
I recognize Mr. Holmes' hand. He once wrote me a note. That's a start.
Okay.
All right, the note helps. No, nope, none of those.
Perhaps you do come from Mr. Holmes. He's always been fair with me. For the moment, let's say you do.
All right.
Might you send out Mr. Ratchet so we can talk?
Send him where? The street? He's a dipsomaniac.
I can barely hear myself, let alone you.
Gin and dining with Duke Humphrey have ruined his health. In this mood, only stimulants settle him.
I was considering a sharp rap on the head with a poker.
Bring it in the seas, bring it in the seas.
I'm just going to stop that before it goes on.
Okay.
Do you have some coffee or strong tea, madam?
Now you want refreshments? I keep no luxuries here, Mr. Holmes. The proletariat has few enough of the necessities.
Okay, what else do we... Like, I feel like this is, like, something we're supposed to offer.
That's a dog biscuit. We don't want to... We're like, would you like a biscuit with your tea? He's like, oh, thank you. Wow, it's quite stale.
Hmm.
In lieu of conversation, may I look around your premises?
On what grounds?
You surely realize that you are a suspect in the formula's disappearance.
I had the opportunity, and my political convictions supply the motive. That's simple-minded and insulting.
You wouldn't commit a crime to support your beliefs?
Rob my employer and traffic in government secrets? Never. I'm no man's dupe, and no country's either. Search if you must. I'm sure you'd threaten my job or incarceration if I denied you. Don't skulk about.
All right. Let's take a. Now we have permission. Let's take a look inside her cupboard. Hey, how's it going, Sensei? The cupboard contained a few pewter plates, 2 chipped china cups, a frying pan, some humble cutlery, 2 eggs, some salt, a sugar cone, and a bit of flour. So a normal kind of stash. There's got to be something else in here we can take, Nick. Framed by ragged but laundered dimity cotton curtains, the flags of defeated respectability, the sole window affords a view of a depressing prospect. Ah. But they have electricity.
Uh-oh, we can move the bust.
A plaster bust of Karl Marx, founder of International Socialism and principal propounder of the dialectical materialism, has a place of honor in this home. Let's move that bust. Before his death, Marx haunted the reading room of the British Museum. This bust accurately depicts his distinguished Leonine head. There is nothing beneath the bust. Well, what about that cup of tea there? No?
Nope.
It's not ready yet. Probably have to put some wood on the fire. Or something. Do you have, like, anything we can burn? We must have it. No, we have matches, but nothing like that. Move the bus to the trash can.
Well, we already presented that. Not seeing anything. Oh, wait. Several polemical tracts are stacked on the table. Distinguished from the incendiary political claptrap are a well-thumbed communist manifesto and a copy of the recently translated first volume of Marx's Das Kapital.
Ah.
Is there no other way to calm Mr. Ratchet?
Typical of your lot. Sweep the unfortunate under the rug, pretend they don't exist.
I have important questions to put to you. There are some curious items here.
Bring in the Mrs. Bring in this. I love this song. I love this song. And singing in the salvation bed on the corner. 15 minutes on the dead chest. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously we need something for him.
Do you have anything useful to add, Mr. Ratchet?
I endorse whatever she said. Salt of the earth. Honestly, the day is long too, pal.
Okay, well.
Oh
Do you think of
wait,
anything
there's
else?
something. I saw something. Is that table box? Okay,
So there's a workbox table.
candle. Oh, you can touch the candles. Oh, but you already did that. Yeah, painting. We must look at all the art, Nick. An oil painting rendered in an oddly familiar style is a unique concession to the aesthetics. Its modern shapes and colors are disconcerting. The painting blends into the room like a tarantula on a tea cake. Oh, you did read that. Now I feel dumb. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Nothing down there. Nothing over here. There's kindling? A meager collection of twigs and packing scraps imitates kindling for the humble hearth. Oh, you can use it.
Okay, so maybe we
I guess
heat up the fire a little bit. Okay. Use now? It's not ready yet.
Yeah, maybe that's all you need to do is stuff.
Seems like there's something
Well,
else
we
need
probably
to
have
do.
to put coffee in there. That actually makes sense. Where do we get it? That's probably from the cupboard. Yeah, we added the fire. We just don't have any coffee in there. Because it would make sense for them to have... Well, it does make sense to do any of that stuff. Nah, nothing in there. Where is the coffee? You saw it earlier.
Was there some downstairs? Like, was there some in the grocers?
Yeah, look at the shelves. Maybe there is.
Yeah, coffee, spices.
Yeah, we probably have to buy some. Hello.
I saw some Aizette's coffee on the shelves. If you have the real thing, I'd like a £1/4. Your pa needs the caffeine.
Yeah, so that means coffee.
None of my affair. That'll cost you £0.5. Don't dally, you ain't moving in, and don't roil.
Okay, inventory. Coffee. Fill the pot. Don't know where we're getting the water, but I guess we do have indoor plumbing, it looks like. Never mind.
He does a little bit, doesn't he, Tony? Just a little bit. Oh. He's drinking the coffee, Nick. And he's out like a light.
Let's see if we can have a better talk now.
You were difficult to find, Mrs. Ratchet. Is that by design?
I'm at Speaker's Corner every Sunday, sir. You might drag yourself out from whatever bourgeois trough you wallow in and receive the truth from Mr. Ingalls.
Ah, okay. Well, it sounds like she has some opinions.
Would you share any suspicions you harbor concerning the disappearance of the formula?
I'll cast no aspersions.
Those responsible for the theft tried to kill my brother. I will not rest until I find and punish those who are responsible.
In your desire for revenge, would you do violence to the innocent?
The entirely innocent are as rare as a painless amputation, Mrs. Ratchet. Remember that.
They're as common as the entirely guilty, Mr. Holmes. You might remember that.
Alright, she's being really hard to get here, but we'll get this. We'll get it, Nick.
That painting is by Thomas Pratt, isn't it?
What makes you say so?
I know Pratt's style. I know his colours. How did you come by it?
He gave it to me. There's nothing wrong with that.
Perhaps. What is your relation to him?
Very kind man, our Mr. Pratt. Always very kind.
Pratt being dead, that's interesting. Man, there's so many, yeah.
I recognize the greengrocer in the photograph. Is the other boy his brother?
Yes, that's David. He's currently living at government expense. He and Sydney are very like, as brothers often are.
Ah.
As you were friends, I'm sorry to inform you that Thomas Pratt has been found brutally murdered.
How awful. I'd wondered where he'd gone. He was kind to me, considerate. Always asked after my unlucky boy. I'll miss him.
Would it shock you to learn that Thomas Pratt was involved in the theft of the formula?
If it's true, yes. I never took him for a thief. But if you found your culprit, why are you questioning me?
I don't know why he stole it, or for whom, or who his accomplices were. I wonder if you were one of them, Mrs. Ratchet.
She's like, what?
There is no possibility that Pratt acted alone. Do you have any ideas?
Of course not. Why must it be a conspiracy?
Yeah.
There are a number of reasons, not the least of which is that we have not recovered the formula. It was not among Pratt's effects.
Interesting.
Do you have any idea who would want to harm my brother?
I can't imagine. I'm sorry for his pain and for your grief.
Thank you. Did you attend the Second International?
I had the honor of representing our group in Paris. It is not an actionable offense. The inevitable laws of history predict the triumph of the working class.
Spare me the diatribe, Mrs. Ratchet. Your political predilections are your own affair.
Dialectical materialism teaches as an immutable truth.
Stop, I beg you. You are a radical. Your husband is a tosspot. Your progeny engaged in activities of dubious legality. None of that concerns or interests me at the moment.
Maybe you got something from the inventory you can show her, because you finally have a guy to stop talking over you. It's a possibility. No. We probably didn't look at everything in the room either.
We'll have a quick double check before
Yeah.
we go anywhere.
Turns out the real mastermind was Karl Marx the whole time. It's like, yes, it's all coming to plan. I'll blow up the Diogenes Club and kill Mycroft Holmes. And everyone just looks and he goes, you mean like the novel? Sherlock Holmes? Like the book? You're going to kill a guy from the book of Sherlock Holmes? He's like, yes. And I sound like this. Is there anything on, like, is there anything on the table that we can mess with that we didn't click on?
I don't think so.
Double check on everything there just in case. Because I have a feeling we have options now because we couldn't look through the whole room before. Test the cheese? Alright, I'm down with testing cheese. Let's do that. The cheese tastes even older than its aroma would suggest. Perhaps the Ratchets keep a pet rodent. Well, that's quite rude. Did you examine the box before?
I don't think so. I'm scared we're going to have to dump it because...
Numerous spindles of dark-colored thread, several needles, and a darning egg are visible, yeah.
This is going to end badly.
Are you just going to dump her stuff out? Wow. A piece of dark crimson wax was concealed by a remnant of calico. Oh, wait a minute. The nearly semicircular fragment of sealing wax bears most of the emblematic imprint of the Foreign Office. The missing portion of the seal is crescent-shaped and possesses a distinctively jagged edge. Oh. Nick, I think we might have found her other half.
Gun, so to speak.
She was close to Pratt, and we did find the half of this sealing wax. Oh, there we go.
Oh, no.
Now you have two. The fragment fit precisely with the bit discovered in Pratt's dustbin. Excellent. Finally. Yeah, she's in trouble.
This wax is a part of the seal from the stolen formula. How did you come by it?
I picked it up to save the ministry carpet. I'll add it to my tallow for candles.
Lose that sorry, Mrs. Ratchet. It won't wash. You have placed yourself at grave risk, and not only from the authorities.
What you mean?
I mean that Pratt was murdered for his part in the theft. I mean that as the formula has likely been in this room, you may be in danger. Do not trifle with me. What have you done with it?
I found it behind the clerk's desk and returned it to the ministry reading room. It's there now.
Stop, Mrs. Ratchet. A lie to protect Pratt will serve neither of you now.
Ask her again.
Tell me what you know of Pratt, Mrs. Ratchet.
He was orphaned young and raised by relations. He seemed an unhappy man, friendless, uncomfortable in his work. And his bohemian habits didn't help. Tired all the time. But from his first day at the ministry, he was kind to me. Always kind.
And you repaid the kindness, I think. You returned the formula for him.
Yes. After the document was discovered missing, he came back here, sick from worry. Terrible agitated he was. Said it got into his briefcase by accident.
You believed him, then?
Others would have been quick to condemn him, because he's a bit different. But he's been very kind to us. Little remembrances and such. He begged me to return it, so I did. Makes no difference now, I suppose. But he promised he would tell Mr. Holmes eventually. And I told Mr. Pratt that I would have to if he didn't.
I believe you, Mrs. Ratchet. I only wish you had confided in me earlier.
That's fair. We don't have Watson here to shoot, but, you know.
Do you have any idea how Pratt spent his leisure time? With whom he spent it?
No. He was a solitary lad. We talk frequently. He never mentioned friends.
Are you familiar with a place called the Weary Punt?
I should hope not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably wouldn't tell her about it.
What is your opinion of Eldridge Whitney?
Pompous bore. Wants to impress the other boys. Fails miserably. Weak pedigree, it seems. Insults me. Perhaps it makes him feel better about himself. Pathetic sod. Another victim of the class system.
Ah, of course. Got to bring it back around. I see, Agnes.
How did you return the formula to the Ministry reading room?
I've worked here 20 years, Mr. Holmes. I'm not entirely stupid. I resealed it and left it amidst the rubble on the clerk's desk.
You didn't think it strange, let alone sinister, that the seal was broken?
The seal must be broken to see what's inside. That's the point, isn't it?
Not really. Why didn't you return it to its filing box?
I couldn't find it. Mr. Pratt said it was number 5. I thought the mess on the desk would suit, and I was certain that Mr. Whitney would never notice until long after I'd gone home. He's not the most attentive clerk.
Was there anything peculiar about the document? Anything unexpected?
Now that you mention it, there was an odd brown stain in one corner. I don't know how it came to be there.
Ooh, time for science. We like science.
Okay.
Well, actually, we just like messing with the science lab. But hey, look, we know where we know where it's at. We don't need her anymore.
Okay.
I think once you go back to your house, I think that'll be a good place to pause. Yeah. Yeah, yell out the window. Greg Black need help with this interrogation. Bring your kneecap breaking mace. Hey, look. You're back to your normal jacket. I wonder if there's anything well, I have to know, Nick. Are there any letters waiting for us? We have waited patiently for a letter from somebody. Anybody, really. No, doesn't look like it. But at least now we know that the next place we need to go is the
Ministry.
The ministry and get that letter off the desk somehow. Yeah, play that. Hit that.
Yeah, okay.
Mrs. Ratchet has been played as a pawn, Watson, and it seems Whitney has not revealed all he knew about the formula.
That was clear from our interview. What has changed?
The lost has been found right under his nose. The formula is back at the ministry. I may have to turn up the heat again.
Too much heat can kill, Holmes.
Perhaps a more figurative warming will serve us just as well.
Indeed.
Well.
Yeah, we're going to science the heck out of this.
Okay.
That's from that Matt Damon movie where he's stuck on Mars. I'm gonna science the shit out of this. I remember that. Anyway, I was trying to remember where I heard that quote. But anyway, yeah, we're done with the with Sherlock Holmes and the rose tattoo for this evening. We'll be back again sometime in about let's see what I won't be back next week for stream actually. Next week I'll stream on Monday, but then that's it. We won't be having any more streams until after I come back here because I got to leave this place for a little while and come back. We're going to go look at some stuff. And, yeah, so next Friday there won't be any. Probably next weekend there won't be any, but I'll be making stuff that weekend. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Yeah, what do you think so far, Nick?
Things seem to be, we had a couple little fits and starts here, but seems to be heating up in the case once again, so.
Which is nice, because we've been sitting here like, what do we do?
So.
I agree. Anyway, we'll be back again tomorrow possibly with more Wolfenstein Co-op. Quite possibly. We'll see. Anyway, you guys take care. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. What were you going to say, Nick?
Have a good night, all.
Yeah, and you guys have a very good night. Thanks a lot for checking us out here on the Courtesy Flush and helping us out here. Good evening, everybody.